And welcome back as we all agree to never speak of our last mission ever again in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM, War of the Chosen. Last episode, it was the Voldemort of missions. We must never speak its name lest it rise up from the past to haunt our future. The bad thing, though, is that last mission seems to be kind of the new paradigm. Fighting every pod on the map simultaneously has become the new normal, and it's a horrible sort of normal. Yet, it's also kind of amazing? Because despite the fact that we keep fighting every pod at the same time, we're still managing to routinely put marks in that W column. We're getting the win. It feels, you know what, as a St. Louis native, I gotta say the best analogy I can make here, it feels a little bit like watching Cardinal baseball. Sure, the Cards are giving up 10 runs a game, game after game, and you'd be like, I don't understand how their defense could possibly be this bad. But they somehow also score 14 runs a game, game after game, and they just keep winning. I'm the Mike Matheny of XCOM. This is what I've realized. I'm terrible at my job, yes, but... Come on, man, I'm about to simultaneously laud and tear down Mike Matheny. I'm doing like a juxtaposition thing here, Assassin. Do you really get a bump in on that? I'm the Mike Matheny of XCOM. I'm terrible at my job, and yet as long as I keep bringing in those wins, I'm never gonna get fired. That's the thing. I'm never getting shit canned. I'm just gonna toddle along, continuously producing a stream of unwatchable garbage that people, for some reason, just can't help but watch. I guess, I don't know, Cardinal baseball and my XCOM playthrough, I think. They've got kind of a similarity here in that it's like watching a car that's halfway off a cliff and teetering on the edge in the wind. Right on the very precipice of oblivion there. You don't want to see the family of four in that car go toppling down to explode in a fiery conflagration of doom. You don't want to see it. And yet, you also can't look away from that car, because what if the wind picks up and they go toppling down to a fiery doom? When are you gonna get a chance to see something like that again? You're just not. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If you look away and you miss it, all you're gonna get is to be like, well, I heard the explosion of that family of four, but it wasn't quite the same thing as watching them be consumed in a giant Michael Bay-style fireball. Is that really what you want this playthrough to become, Pete? Well, I mean, it's not what I wanted it to become. I'd like it to be a non-pareil, unparalleled paradigm of excellence. But, I mean, you guys have seen me play long enough to know that it's not going to happen. Excellence is not our forte. But, teetering along at a breakneck speed on the very edge of disaster? Well... You know, I've been doing that for like 3.5 years now. It's basically par for the course. If you're still watching, you're watching to see me implode at this point. Also, donations may be made to that family of four, because I got a feeling like they're probably going over the edge. The last mission has me very concerned. Our hyper-aggressive style of play, which we don't really have a lot of option but to... Yeah, shut up, John. This is actually one mission I'm not worried about here. Because on this one, it's fighting a Lost, and we can kill Lost just like as fast as you can spawn the Lost. We can kill them that fast or faster. Not worried so much about this one. I want to be good, but I guess instead of being good, I'll have to settle for being a spectacle. If you can't be good, well, at least be interesting, I guess. That's the Perfidious Pete paradigm. If you can't be good at something, try and at least... make it a spectacle that people can't help but keep their eyes riveted to. Any lost? Pot of reinforcements. We don't have a single person on this mission with Bladestorm, which is actually in... Oh, no, wait! Elvis Presley has Bladestorm? Yeah, well, they're inbound, but they're about to have a real bad day. I keep forgetting that Elvis is, like, quietly maybe our second best overall trooper. Not because he's exceptionally good, he's not, but because he's been quietly picking up a bunch of, like, weird abilities that ordinarily you'd call trash, but in aggregate have combined to become greater than the sum of their parts. He's like the Voltron of troopers. Individually, he's fucking ridiculous in that it's just a bunch of stupid lions that form a giant fighting robot. But the giant fighting robot is kind of badass. Elvis is quietly bass-ackwarded his way into success. For instance, he's about to, well, not kill, but very much injure 2 people right here. Maybe you could get yourself a kill here, Elvis, and we can pump you up some. We got a couple Overwatch shots, and then we're going to get some Blade Storms. If the Overwatch shots trig first, we actually might be able to get some kills. Elvis with the rack! I think that Elvis got credit for that one. Comes the Overwatch and a Blade Storm. Once again, we've done it. Did Elvis get focus for either of those kills? No, he just starts with a point of focus, which is why we're getting the message. Still, 2 guys landed, 2 guys dead. It's a good day for Elvis. It's also 2 kills for Elvis, which is helpful because we'd like to get him leveled. We maybe should start just giving, when we get like the promotion opportunities, maybe we should just start giving Elvis the promotions. Maybe that's the trick. Elvis is only half good right now. We just got to focus the rest of the way in and make him all of the way good. Just get him bumped up to where he's he made something of himself. You know, other than like one of the greatest selling musicians of all time. No kill here for Elvis. No focus for Elvis. That's actually foolish. We should have done this in a different order so that Elvis could have gotten that kill. Can you get here? Maybe? Yes. Just see. Okay, that's what we should have done. We should have had Montgomery come in, soften this guy up, and then given the actual K to Elvis. Give him the strikeout. We got to keep his ERA low because he might be the only person in the bullpen with a low ERA. Our heavy hitters right here, like I said, they're giving up 10 runs a game. ERA on them is like 13.5. It's bad. From a sabermetrics perspective, you'd never pick us to win the series, but damned if we aren't going to make it to the playoffs and maybe have a shot. The Mike Matheny of XCOM. Right, Philip of Macedon, let's bring you up here. I don't know if we want to hang out and try and just rack up a bunch of meaningless kills or if we wouldn't rather just go. We wouldn't mind trying to get Elvis some extra kills. He needs the EXP. Did that spawn a pod? We did, in fact, spawn a pod, and that is a Muton. That's unfortunate. We could hit him with the double Mars Volta, because we're not going to get an opportunity to parry here. Take the lightning hand shot. I know it's low percentage. Mutons are a bit of a problem for us because, of course, we can't run up and engage them straight up in melee. Does this do a minimum of 5? Mars Volta says this man dies. Okay, Montgomery, hold off a second. Worst case scenario, if we can't get Elvis to close this out, we can have you go for the Mars Volta. Also, why are these guys carrying grenades? Take the shot, Elvis. We don't want to spend focus on Elvis. If we're going to have to spend focus, never mind. Elvis gets the job done. No one will shed a tear. So the Muton is not Ava Perón. It's not a whole don't cry for me, Adventina. Don't cry for me, Adventina. I was told they were lost on this mission. Where are they at? Because I haven't seen any. So far, we fought 2 Advent Troopers and a Muton. You said they were lost on this mission, but I'm beginning to doubt the veracity of your claims here. I think there's a very strong chance that the Shadow Chamber may be a filthy, filthy liar. You know, there was a door right there, Montgomery. You didn't have to leap through the broken glass of that window. You could have gone through the door. You're gonna cut your hands all up, man. You gotta be careful. You gotta protect your hands. They're valuable. Here's some lost. Those guys all have 5 health, so Elvis can kill as many of those as he can get to in a single turn. Which, unfortunately, isn't going to be that many of them. And I'm actually a little bit concerned that there may be another Advent lurking around here. I'm actually especially concerned that that Advent might be, well... Does 6 damage. This kills all of those guys, I think. Elvis, would you mind? Beat that explosion is just going to summon more lost. I mean, okay, good. You know what I say, target-rich environment, more lost, that just means more kills for Elvis. He does still have the Blade Storm and a point of focus, so those 5 health guys, if they come running at Elvis, he's just going to hack them up. Also, that did not kill nearly as many lost as I expected. That explosion was much smaller than I thought it would be. What are your chances like here, King? 100%. Take the shot. Yeah, mama. Elvis is still in the building. Elvis is still working. Soon Elvis is going to die on the toilet. Elvis is going to get himself a free point of focus before that toilet death comes about, though. And you know what, Elvis? This last guy, take him down with melee. Come up here, grab your point of focus. Elvis is still on a blue move here, so we're going to make sure he picks up the focus. Oh, Elvis, you generated that. How come you can't pick it up? I guess Elvis doesn't have channel. My goal was to have him come up here, stand in the thing, pick up the little blob of goop, get the free focus, and then get the kill, but, well, he'll get a point of focus for murdering that man with the Ren, so he's maxed out either way. Everything's coming up for the king. That's why he's the king. We can have Philip of Macedon take the freebie. Macedon, I know you can pick it up. Beautiful. And maybe with the Overwatch. And Dr. Montgomery, just kind of bring up the rear here. I was hopeful that maybe the Chosen Assassin might put an appearance here, but looks like this one's pretty much in the bag. There's got to be another Advent around here somewhere. There's no way it's this easy. One pot of reinforcements and a single Muton. There's got to be... There's got to be something more lurking around here. Philip of Macedon's Greek senses are tingling. My Greek senses are tingling. Somewhere someone is swimming the Hellespont. Somewhere my son is about to usurp my entire empire. That's really it, huh? Did Philip of Macedon's son usurp his empire? No, I mean, he just took over when his dad died. I listened to a lot of hardcore history lately, and it's got Dan Carlin, which, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with hardcore history, you should definitely check it out. It's fantastically well constructed. Dan Carlin is an amazing entertainer. He's got a thing, though, kind of an affinity for Alexander the Great. But he also recognizes the fact that maybe Alexander gets credit for a lot of stuff he doesn't necessarily deserve credit for. It's like just some reasonable arguments that say maybe his pop is actually the one who sort of set the table and all Alexander did was come and eat the meal. Alright, so Elvis, we want you to kill all of those guys. Philip of Macedon, I think we'll have you murder the Codex. I mean, you have quick draw, right? Take the pistol shot. If you don't get the kill with the pistol shot, you can go random. Got the kill with the pistol shot. Despite the dodge. That's excellent. And then... Oh, there's another Codex over there. Well, you know what? Let's not take any chances. Give her the old Mars Volta. Our pistol hit percentage was relatively low. No reason to take the risk there. And then we have Elvis come over and kill all of these lost. If you wouldn't mind. Mr. the King. Should be a lot of 100% shots here. One in the dirt. We want to take these high health units out first if we can. 7 and 8 is not necessarily an auto kill with the Rend. And I gotta say, I'm wondering what this campaign would have looked like if we had not gotten that Between the Eyes ability. It feels like these ambush missions, and we've done quite a few of them, would have been dramatically more difficult, or just any lost mission in general, not exclusively ambushes, but like any lost mission that we've gone on might have been sincerely problematic without Between the Eyes. It's doing amazing work for us. Okay, well, I mean, I'm ordering everybody to leave because effectively the mission is over. We can just go. Took this ambush and turned it clockwise on the enemy where it's more like we ambushed them. I guess we'll just go. We could stay around and wait for more lost swarms to show up, because, again, we could kill them as fast as they want to spawn, but what's the point of hanging around? Why continually drive down our own willpower when we could just pull these guys out of the mission, send them right back out without having to give them an opportunity to rest? Just keep working. And that was fantastic. That was the opposite of a Voldemort mission. That mission was a Dumbledore. It's the Dumbles, man, the Dumbles. How come nobody ever called Dumbledore Dumbles? Do you think that was his nickname in high school? Do you think they called him Dumbles? I'd have called them doubles. Hells to the yeah, and a success beyond expectations. 2 promotions as well. Elvis picking up the jump. Okay, he gets sustain, which is not amazing. Overcharge, absolutely. The only real complaint we have about Elvis is he doesn't have a whole lot of combat, like his action points. Look at all of these special abilities, though. Elvis unlocks one at every rank. We got to start feeding Elvis promotions. That's our new goal. Promote Elvis. I'm not the Mike Matheny of XCOM. Apparently, I'm the Colonel Parker of XCOM. Take deep focus because it's real good. I don't want to pay 25 points on Captain Storm Montgomery here for face-off because honestly, I don't feel like face-off is really that great. It would be interesting to see how many lost you could kill with a face-off. With between the eyes and just like 100 lost on the screen, then just go for face-off to see what it does. That would be a very interesting experiment. Just like how many can you kill in a single mission. Locate the stronghold. We might just straight up go into that. Day Ryan Mordana? No, her name is Forever Ball of Dirt. So we picked up Resistance Network, which I think just gives us extra resistance. Contacts with new regions is made instantly. We'll probably enable that. Simply for a lack of better options, not because we necessarily need it.
Our influence with the resistance factions has motivated them to share some new information on the Chosen.
That's good. Take Elvis out and get him promoted, though, and then we'll send any major plus. Thunder? You got... Oh, you and Nick Rivers are a team, huh? Philip Macedon is just not very good. I'd like to send... You know what, Philip Macedon? Actually, you'll be okay on this. So let's do... Hold off on this for a second. Let's get this bond formed. Not that it's especially useful, but... Who doesn't love having somebody who's always got their back? Somebody who can be a part of the team. Yeah, I would like... You want to bond them, though? Thanks. You know what? Nah, we don't need a poster for that one. It's an irrelevant bond. Let's maybe not celebrate it. Also, let's maybe launch that covert action, because otherwise I'm going to go like 10 days and have forgotten.
Make use of the ring facility and deploy our idle soldiers on a covert action with the resistance.
Okay, John. The very epitome of a yes man right there from Bradford. Good yes manning, Bradford. Be like, hey, Pete, remember that thing you just said we should do? Let's do that. You know, you should probably wipe your nose there, John. Got a little Dukas on the. You know what, I say a little, but actually it's like there's a lot of shit on your nose.
Priority message coming through, Commander.
It better be the end of the month.
Yeah. You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander.
It's been a good month for us there, Optimus Prime. What can I say? You know, things are going well. The economy is up. Everything's firing on all cylinders right now. And until the inevitable crash comes, it's basically non-stop good times. Chosen's more likely to capture soldiers in combat. She's going to attempt to sabotage the Avenger, not assault the Avenger. I wouldn't necessarily mind doing an Avenger defense on this mission, just because I think it would be kind of neat. We are going to have to do an alien defense, probably. Our next mission is probably going to be a Haven defense, which is bad, because we have a lot of troopers who are out of the loop. We have enough intel we can afford to do this. The major breakthrough. We'll probably stop that one. Reducing the retaliation counter by 2 weeks. I would love to see that trigger and trigger this one that's already going to happen, so it just gets wasted, but it's unlikely we're about to do that. Aliens are on high alert, making it harder for XCOM. This lowers our, that like increases the detection radius of enemies. Again, we don't really care so much about that. Let's do instant contact with new regions, because why not? So we picked a good time to get an extra resistance order, I guess. Gives us a chance to come out here and drop old Skip Bradford into the mix, who is immediately going to make contact, because making contact is what Bradford was doing before we picked him up. Or was that the contact that got auto-completed in the region we had already started? That's exactly what happened. We had a region that was in progress, and it's just like, okay, well, that one triggers now. That's intriguing. If you had that order and you weren't running it, just like this is a more of a sort of inside baseball kind of thing, since we're making fun of Mike Matheny. Let's say you had that ability, but it wasn't equipped. If you were doing a regular campaign where the enemies weren't mostly a joke, you could go start contact with like 2 or 3 regions, and then when the month tips over, flip that one, put it in, and all of those contacts would complete instantly. It might be able to save you a considerable amount of scanning time. It's an intriguing theory. I'm not sure if in practice it would ever really matter. We got Colonel Nicole Lee Ranger. I mean, you're probably just fired, though. In fact, maybe you're just fired. I love Rangers. They're amazing. Don't get me wrong. But do we need you right now? Well, if we're going to have an enemy... An enemy? We're going to have an enemy. Somebody's going to shoot a fluid into our rectums and cause us to evacuate our bowels violently. If we're going to have an imminent defense, we might take Nicole Flash Lee and maybe convert her into a Val Kilmer.
Agree with the decision to recover it from the field. We had a prime opportunity to send the biggest bomb we have right through it, but instead, we're taking the weight.
I'm going to interrupt you, Volk, not because I necessarily disagree with you. In fact, the sad thing is given what we know about the gate from our having beaten the campaign several times standpoint, it's not a bad idea. If we had just sent, like, the biggest nuke we had into the alien facility down at the bottom, wouldn't that also have achieved our objective? We wouldn't have had to send in a bunch of troops. We could have just, like, rolled one nuke through there and problem solved.
Facility coordinates locked in, Commander.
You know what? I don't even care to look at it, right? For just take the progress. The Avatar project ain't exactly setting the world on fire these days. Which is unusual, because setting the world on fire is actually the purpose of the Avatar project.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
If we're going to slow them down, we could just go rampantly destroy it whenever we damn well please, John. We have enough facilities open, I think we could probably take that counter to 0. And Dr. Tygan has once again opened his space anus.
But you're the only one who can pull this off.
Don't try and rationalize this to yourself, Lily. You're a bad pet owner. You're a bad pet owner. You're putting the needs of yourself ahead of the needs of your pet. You're a scumbag.
What was left of the Codex brain into Rover. It should be emitting the same.
Right, so basically what you're saying is not only are you going to sacrifice your beloved pet, but right before you did it, you actually gave him some limited form of artificial intelligence, possibly even sentience, and then what's your first act? To order him to do something self-destructive. You're like, hey, congratulations, Rover, I gave you a brain. Now you're self-aware. You have thoughts, feelings, and desires. So why don't you fly through this big space butthole and die? You're not just a bad pet owner, Lily. You may be a monster. Yeah. This is, again, Lily trying to rationalize her actions to Rover. She'd be like, I know I'm sending my pet to his death, but I don't care. More power to the butthole, the Dick Tygan motto. You know, you say that, Lily, but I think we've been there by my count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 6, possibly, times now? We've been there quite a bit. It's like our second home at this point. Only one way to find out. I'm gonna murder my pet. Go on, Rover, go on. This is like having a dog that's trained to fetch and just throwing the stick repeatedly out onto the interstate and making the dog fetch it. You're playing Russian roulette with your companion's life. You pull that trigger enough times, eventually one's gonna not click on an empty chamber, Lily. Unfortunately for Rover, he got unlucky on the very first pull. If only we had the corpse of an avatar to feed through there.
If the Codex creates the door, this organic signature must surely be the key.
Well, we better make sure we have the right key before we try again. I would hate for this to occur to something organic.
But, you know, my sentient robot pet, who I gave limited intelligence, thought, and feelings to, I don't give a shit what happens to him. I'll just throw him away like trash over and over and over again. Because I'm a goddamn monster.
That we may be on the cusp of attaining a complete this creature.
Well, maybe we should just do the Avatar Project progress then, and I will... Avatar Project progress? Maybe we should do the Avatar autopsy here, because 1, Dr. Tygan wants to do it, and 2, I'm tired of listening to you talk. Don't tell me what we should do or what we could perhaps do when it's very obvious what we're supposed to do. Just go do the thing we're supposed to do. We don't need to have this conversation again, Dick. Did the mask protect Dr. Tigan from whatever that purple goo was?
Avatar.
So we're gonna finish this, then I believe we have to go brain spike. Do we have to brain spike a codex, or did we already do that? We already did that, I think. I don't know. I forget where we're at in the content of the actual storyline stuff. We've done the story so many times, it's basically tacked on at this point. We're here to fight every pod on a map simultaneously and somehow get an undeserved victory over and over again. That's what we actually came for. Do we have any other facilities that are guarded by powerful aliens? Because it occurs to me we haven't really been keeping an eye on the alien rulers. Are any alien rulers? We could go fight one here at Operation Enduring Prophecy. Might do that. Is the other one up? So maybe what we'll do for the rest of the campaign, go fight both of the alien rulers, kill them, and then once they're dead, we'll go finish off the Chosen and then just bum rush the facility. I like that as a overall strategy. Wrap this one up quick, and then we can maybe move on to whatever comes next. Oh, you know what? We never finished our armor upgrade, did we? We should probably do that. The armor upgrade's pretty good. It's +1 health for all of our troopers, and given our proclivity for fighting every enemy on the map simultaneously, I'm actually going to change our research. Oh, well, alright then. I guess, never mind. Gonna do that. Dr. Tigan's too busy with his autopsy. I guess he can't tear himself away. Physically. Probably because he used super glue as lube and he, like, was reaching in the throes of orgiastic bliss. He was just reaching blindly at the bedside table. Instead of grabbing a tube of Astroglide, he accidentally got a tube of crazy glue. And now he physically can't tear himself away from the Avatar because they're bonded at the genitals. Don't worry, Dr. Tigan. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Lily comes up with some kind of formula that can dissolve super glue. We don't have contact? We could go make contact. That would be instant. And would it get us... Lightly wounded soldiers can be... No. Wasn't there one we had as a contact bonus that made us lose less? Oh, we should go get double agent. That one's actually quite good. Let's go work on that. Go install a radio relay here. Radio relays, we make contact instantly. We don't install radio beacons instantly, but that's okay. We'll get this one ground out. We're waiting for our retaliation mission anyway. It's going to be the next thing on the menu. Or we're waiting for Elvis to pick up that sweet promotion. He's going to come talk to us in a bathroom and tell us how cool we are, like Christian Slater.
There were some casualties during that last covert action.
Yeah, but it was Philip of Macedon, so we don't really care. And we can now go assault the Chosen Stronghold.
Should be easier to hunt them down now.
Any new promotions for Elvis? I don't care what the mission is. If it has a promotion, we're doing it. Even if it's just go get a soldier, we're immediately going to fire. Income, ability points are useful. Recruit a skirmisher, gather intel. Has a promotion. Elvis, this is your new job. Fabricate a superior PCS, or you know what? Let's do the PCS because it's actually just better. It does take an extra day. Elvis, let's get you promoted before we send you out on that mission, though. If we could get if we could just like straight up haul ass and get Elvis to maximum rank, that would be sort of amazing. Elvis has Fortress. Deflect we want. Channel we want. Fortress we definitely want. And I'm going to spend some of our pool ability points here. By the time Elvis is done, I'm telling you, he's going to be the best trooper in all of XCOM. He has an absurd dodge rating. He has a ridiculous amount of health. We keep sending him on missions and putting Elvis in the slot we don't care about, and we've done that so many times that those bonuses have actually added up to something significant. A long series of tiny gains have really come through in the pinch for our boy. Yes, we will negate the chance that a soldier is wounded, because what if that soldier is Elvis? Then we won't be able to send him out on another covert action immediately. We're going to try and bum rush the king to Colonel. Chosen sabotage. Our wounded soldiers will require a few extra days to heal.
The Chosen are doing whatever it takes to slow us down. We need to watch out for their sabotage attempts.
Their sabotage attempts are so pointless, though, Bradford. It really feels like the sabotage event should be a little bit more debilitating. This may be the worst... Actually, that one was pretty shitty. This may be the worst one of all of them. Like, sometimes they just steal a PCS or... like set back the construction of a facility, but Keeping wounded troopers wounded longer may be the worst one we've seen, and it's still, at best, it's like a very mild inconvenience. They need to, it seems like they need to up the game on that a little bit. Make those sabotage events actually matter a little. Where's the best spot for us to put a new radio beacon? It literally makes zero difference. I guess we'll just put one in New India.
Setting course for the Indian Regional Zone.
We can start broadcasting Bollywood movies to the Resistance Haves and give them an all-new cultural meat. An all-new meat in their cultural stew. It's gonna be real spicy. Bruce Wayne's no longer shaken. Philip of Macedon recovered from his wounds. We have another pointless cutscene.
Agreed. We must inform the commander immediately.
Good thing I'm here.
Commander, Central, the Shadow Chamber has completed its analysis of the Avatar's DNA.
Man, I wish I could get my hair to look like Bradford's.
Sequence necessary to travel through
I don't have a lot of positive things to say about Bradford, but you know, despite a lifetime of unbelievably hard drinking, his hair is somehow magnificent.
Transmission of genetic data.
He's just, he's a god. He's a follicle god.
Works in lockstep with the signal.
We don't have time to find.
Not quite as good as the Don King style the Avatar has going, but still, look at it.
That part we can handle.
What's Lily Shen got going here? Some kind of like shitty pixie cut bob kind of thing going on? But Bradford, and then Dr. Tigan we won't even talk about.
It has provided us with its
his haircut consists of scar tissue. But Bradford, though, it's magical.
From the forge facility. That combined with the genetic material we recovered at the black site should allow us to replicate the procedure here.
Yeah, if I know one thing about old Dick Tigan, it's that he loves combining genetic material, if you know what I'm talking about.
The new Avatar would remain as lifeless as the one before us. While I can develop its body, I cannot create the mind to drive it.
Well, I guess you better just go ahead and give a look to significant glance to the old commander here and remind me that I have to go jump back in the suit.
You want to operate one of these things by remote control.
After the debacle when you killed your pet, you still want to do that?
Interfacing directly with their network would cause
Lily's like, yeah, I mean, sure, didn't work out well for Rover when I kept throwing sticks out on the interstate for him to fetch, but you know what? Damned if it wasn't fun until he got run over by that 18-wheeler.
Who has survived that?
I'm gonna get a new dog and teach it to fetch, too.
That was different.
I really just, like, what I'd love to see in that scene where they all turn and give you the significant glance is just an animated hand rise up from the bottom of the frame and give them all the middle finger. Just come up out of the bottom, slide into frame from the bottom of the screen, give them the old double. You know what? It actually should be two hands sliding up from the bottom of the screen to give them the old double deuce.
We need to come up with a game plan before we charge through the enemy's front door.
Is game plan really our strong suit in this playthrough, Bradford? Charging through the enemy's front door has sort of been the hallmark of this entire campaign. It's really all we've done. Find a door, charge through it.
Something else entirely. Something beyond anything we have ever seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off here, Dr. Tigan. Remind you to go back in.
Once again prevailed.
Finish old spare parts here.
Is well underway, but it will be sometime.
It will be some time before you can escape all the fucking cutscenes. But on the plus side, we get to watch Optimus Prime die. Any day you get to see the councilman put one round through his own head, it's a pretty good day.
Hello, Commander. You and your crew are to be commended. Your efforts in rebuilding the Resistance network and uncovering the truth.
I wonder if we could tweet things at the counselor, or the, whatever this guy's name is, councilman, counselor, Optimus Prime. I wonder if he has a Twitter account where we can tweet things at him and just ask him to say that. It'd be great. You just tweet him and say stuff like, say Transformers Last of the Fallen, or whatever the hell the most recent one was, suck. Say, the Bumblebee movie will be an unholy abomination.
A breakthrough in gene therapy, a final treatment for the human condition. Billions will flock.
Yeah, you know, the final solution. It's not even new. The aliens came back and stole a solution that humanity came up with for the human condition almost 100 years ago now. Remember what Hitler decided was the solution to the human condition? You know, maybe you had a point there. That's how you know the aliens are bad guys.
Of Advent's network will be listening. It is
They actually wear
this
bracelets that just say
must use
WWHD.
against them.
What would Hitler do?
The information I am
Then they do
sending
that.
you should allow Dr. Tigan and Chief Engineer Shen to take control of the transmission and disrupt their entire
Yeah, we
network
can go
from
fire the
within.
Lotus thing, but there's some other
My hope is that
objectives
this
on the old
disruption
checklist
will
before we go blow
confuse
that up.
these forces long enough to allow your final assault a
We know how it
chance of
works.
success. I
want to kill the last of the Chosen so that I can go make a mockery of Ball of Derp one more time. And maybe kill the rest of the alien rulers too, just because it'll be fun. I don't really think the Berserker Queen's going to have a whole lot to potentially commit to us. She's just going to get charged by a bunch of people with Blade Storm and then die. The Archon King might be a little more interesting just because he can fly. And I'm not sure whether we'd be able to rend him while he's in the air, so there's some intriguing possibilities there. Yeah, Salty Advent Network time. I'm going to say no,
We're ready to move
thanks.
when you are, Commander.
Oh, it's going to be a minute.
Objectives based on the
Oh,
latest
you know what?
information. We have the
Oh,
target
shit.
site
No, I
locked
don't.
in, Commander.
I said, okay, I
This is our
didn't want to
chance
do this, and yet you still made me go look at it,
Once we
John.
control the network tower, we can finally show the world what the aliens are doing.
Is Batman
There's
still in the
no
hospital?
turning back after this.
Damn it, Bruce Wayne. I thought you were coming out of this. Wanted to take you and get rid of your negative trait, because we're probably, unfortunately, going to have to take Batman on our final mission.
Of our breakthroughs were quite fascinating.
Another breakthrough. Spare parts. That was not the one we wanted at all. I thought we had a mission that was, like, increase our armor capacity. Did we not get that? Or am I just out of my damn mind? I guess we'll decrypt this data pad.
As soon as we have something of note.
If only you would send word when you had something of note, Dr. Tigan. You and I would never have to speak again. That'd be real nice, actually.
Actions have succeeded, and the elders grow fearful.
Elvis Presley has made it up to Captain. Nope. It's all for Elvis. We're doing it all for Elvis. I did it all for the Elvis. Yeah, the Elvis. Yeah. So you can take that pelvis and thrust it at the camera. Thrust it at the camera. So, I keep taking Reflect, even though that ability never works. Deep Focus, yes. Quick Draw, yes. Elvis is shaping up to maybe be our overall greatest soldier. He has Fortress, which we love. He has Blade Storm, which we love. He has Quick Draw, which we love. He has Sustain, which could theoretically prevent him from taking catastrophic damage and dying, but why would we ever put the gloriousness that is Elvis at any kind of serious risk? Let's get Elvis another promotion, then. Was Gather Intel? I thought we had one other thing we could do that had a promotion that wasn't gathering intel. Guess not. Alright, well, Elvis, you know the drill. And I, at this point, take your subordinate, Storm Montgomery. We have 25 scientists who aren't doing anything. Off you go. Hey, do me a favor. Stop off at Graceland and maybe pick me up a peanut butter and banana sandwich. One here.
Signals coming through clear.
And now we've gained double agent, which means we get a little bonus Advent Trooper to come help us on our way. That'll be fun. What else can we do? Stray dogs. I mean, we're really just waiting for our next retaliation. And it said imminent like 3 weeks ago. How come that imminent never triggered? What do our soldier team do? Everybody is back and ready for action with the exception of Batman, which means that Batman and Simon Templar as a bonded
like
pair
we finally got a shot at breaking
potentially out of
Advent's
action.
propaganda machine once and for all.
I think maybe on our next mission we'll go try and fight one of the alien rulers. Do we have enough? Got Doc Holliday, Chris Knight. I don't remember. Do you have Blade Storm or not? You do not. We're gonna need a Blade Storm heavy team to handle this one. So we could do like Mad Mardigan. Gert Rafto does not have... We might have to undo the bonded pairs thing. Maybe we'll go kill Ball of Derp. We know where she's at. We've got a team that will be excellent at killing Ball of Derp. Yeah, we'll do that, but we're going to do that one next episode. I'm going to wrap this one up. I think we've looked at enough cutscenes for one day. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more Dick Tigan-related cutscenes, might subscribe as well. Post new episodes of cutscene-fueled alien bad touchery on a daily basis. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.